Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Bleach Chapter 565. And this should be a quick review because this chapter was, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored when reading it. It was pretty boring in my opinion. It was mostly flashback about Yuha Bach. Just to sum it up, when he was a baby, he couldn't do anything to survive, so eat, talk, speak, hear, like nothing. Right? But he knew he would survive, and he did. He was pretty much like a mini Jesus. Right? When people touched them, they were healed of whatever ailments they had. The only difference is that they were healed of their ailments because he gave them small parts of his soul, and then they would die soon afterwards. Not really sure if it's worth it, but yeah, whenever he would give parts of his soul to people, his soul would absorb, well, not absorb, but their knowledge and their abilities would all be copied onto the soul. And whenever those people died, that part of the soul would go back to Yuha Bach while having the knowledge and abilities copied onto them. So Yuha Bach would end up getting those abilities and all that knowledge and everything. And slowly he began to like actually get senses, sight, hearing, taste, touch, and like he was actually able to gain the ability to survive that he wasn't born with. Alright, and I'm not gonna lie, at first when I was reading this backstory, I thought it was about the Spirit King. I thought it made perfect sense about the guy who keeps balance within the three realms, the people with this special ability involving spirits. Like, so I thought, hey, maybe, but no, it was just Yuhabak. Just Yuhabak. Uh, yeah, we see Hashfall talking with Uryu, and he says that Yuhabak can only absorb the parts of the soul that he's given to people who've died when he's sleeping. So that's when they all just come back to him. And apparently he's also able to give people Sternritter abilities like this. He gives them a part of his soul, but he gives them like a bigger, stronger piece of his soul, and he like engraves the letter into it. How he does it was never explained. Hashfall just said, "Oh, well, he did it to you when you drank his blood or something like that." Okay, whatever. Hashfall ends up telling Uryu that he suspects that Uryu only joined up with the Vandenreich in order to avenge his mom. But now he's in too deep, so even if that was his plan, he can't do it anymore because now he's connected to Yuhabak, and Yuhabak would just take his powers back and everything. And yeah. Also, one more thing. Yuhabak, he's apparently spread his spirit all across Seoul. So I'm sorry, this is sounding really freaking stupid. I'm sorry. Right now this sounds really freaking stupid. But he spreads his spirit around Soul Society, so now he's like connected to a bunch of people like Byakuya, Komamura, Ichigo, and more. Um, I mean, and also the reason he wages wars so that he can keep even if they win this, they're still going to keep waging wars because that's the only way that Yuha Bach can stay where he is and go higher. Because if he doesn't do that, then eventually he'll regress back to his old self, the one that couldn't see, couldn't do anything. So he keeps waging wars so that he can keep his senses, five senses, like and all that stuff, plus the powers and everything. So yeah, that's that. Overall, it was chapter 6 out of 10. I mean, I was just bored the entire time, and the stuff was interesting, I guess. I mean, not I personally, I didn't give a crap, but I mean, I could understand why someone would. Plus, it's not like it's unimportant information. It is like a backstory that explains the main villain, but it was still kind of stupid. I mean, seriously, the guy spreads his soul all over the place. Like, I'm sorry, that just that just sounds really stupid. And so, I mean, I think it has its positives and its negatives. The chapter, I mean, the fact that he was actually spending some time to develop Yuha Bach, that's good. But I wasn't a fan of the way he did it. I think it's like I said, the whole spreading your spirit thing is silly. Plus, giving your I like the fact that he's the opposite of Quincy. Quincy absorbs things while he things gives his spirit away, but then he ends up taking it back anyway. So it's not like it's not the opposite at all. But it's just he just has an extra move. Like, he has an extra ability. He's the exact same as the Quincy. He's just got an extra ability. But I mean, it was boring. I just didn't care at all, really. It was hard to get through the chapter, to be honest. Oh man. Parts with Uryu and Hashford I didn't care about either. It's been a theory for the longest time that Uryu's been doing this just to avenge his mom. That he's not actually a bad guy. I mean, that's not surprising. Hashford didn't really say anything interesting. He's the ruler when Yuha Bach is asleep. I mean, no duh. If Yuha Bach is unable to lead, then the second in command would be the one who leads. Like, so I mean, it's just common sense stuff. So I'll just give this chapter 6 out of 10. Like I said, it was an average chapter. It was just okay, and that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.